So anybody who knows me knows that this is the album that did it for me. I listened to hip hop many times before. I had hip hop albums, but this was the album that like hit me because it it put me it made hip hop deeper for me. At first it was just this like get down to it music. It was party music. It was motivation music or whatever. But this was like the first album that hit me, and it put me on, and it inspired my creativity when I was writing hip hop at the time. I'd been writing it before I listened to this, but when I started listening to this, it was like I went from writing raps to writing poetry and like deep, right? It went a lot deeper. My writing, my creativity was it started to come out from the inside as opposed to just creating it, for the sake of, other purposes instead of, it coming from deep inside. It was created, for parties or whatever, right? So this was the album that informed so much of my creativity and all kinds of dynamics of my creativity. And I first heard it, I was playing basketball, a few blocks from my house, and I was, playing against this older dude one on one, and he was whooping me. He whooped my ass, and it started to rain. He offered me a ride home, so he was driving me home, and on the way home, like he played this album. It was the first time I had heard it, right? And on the way home, it was raining, right? Like I said, and then the track "Life's a Bitch" came on, and I didn't let him see me looking out the window, crying my head off because I was going through rough times at home. Whole family was going through rough times. We were just about to lose our house, and we'd gone into homelessness shortly after that. But all kinds of things just accumulated. My sister having left home and things like that, and I started bawling my eyes out because it was just perfect timing. Rain's coming down. This track is just like a deep ass track, and that was it. It was like I got to get this album so I can play this and cry to this track some more.